Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of Do I Regret Taking My Truck to the Dealer? You be the judge of this one. It took 2 days for the dealer to fix my truck. Can't complain about that. It worked out pretty good, I guess, time-wise. I supplied all the parts, and the dealer needed to supply the oil, the coolant, the oil filter, and to actually install the parts. Here's one of the first things I almost fell over. The dealer charges $209 an hour. This is some of the questions I had here on this page, which nobody seemed to be able to explain to me why there's an additional $249 charged here. I seem to be charged for a general basic inspection. Why they did a basic inspection, I never asked for it. They just did it. Why I was charged this, I don't know, but they went through the list of the truck. The couple issues I have here is the excessive wear in the ball joints, upper and lower. This was done by the same dealer 3 years ago, less than 5,000 kilometers ago. And the other issue I have with this is that the chassis shows excessive buildup and corrosion that may cause a weak point in the frame. The box frame is noticeably rusty through, which it's not, and presents structural concerns. This truck's 23 years old, and this truck's in pretty decent shape for 23 years old. So I take a bit of issue with that. And then finally, to the last page, we get to see the total. So $800 and some odd dollars for the actual repair. Then there was $202 for a general inspection that I never asked for. Then they did parts, which was the oil change and the filter and the coolant and all that, which I don't argue with about. Shop supplies, miscellaneous $2, whatever. So the grand total was $1,411.31, plus our good GST and PST, which we have in the lovely province of BC, with a grand total of $1,580.67. Am I happy with this? Overall, I'm happy that my truck is running again, and the 8 months that it's been sitting on the lawn and in the driveway is over. I actually have a functional vehicle again, which that part I really like. My experience with the dealer is always tainted. Unfortunately, with this project, I had called 9 shops, and they all wanted to supply their own parts. Now, I do thank Metro Ford for actually working on the truck and using the parts I supplied. I think that was pretty cool. The fact that they charged me $200 for a general inspection that I never asked for, that I think was a little shitty. We all have to work hard for our money. And that extra $200 plus tax I shouldn't have had to pay for. But as the service manager said in the front when I said, "Can I dispute this?" he said to me, "I can dispute as much as I want, but ultimately the bill is the bill. And if I want to leave with the truck, this is what I need to pay." So with that, I paid and I left. And like I said, I'm glad my truck's running fine. But I hope not to see that dealership for a very long time. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't know. Am I wrong here? You let me know.